So I got to Luciano's. He's still out walking the dog in the morning, getting his exercise or getting the dog. So we had the first day out on the open road. The bike is absolutely a jewel. Again, if you haven't seen the video before this, in this series, the seat is absolutely the best seat in this class of bike. And I know other people that have way more expensive bikes that the one thing they complain about and bitch about is the seat is a rock. This seat is unbelievably comfortable. Now, I started out the break-in with all of the suspension settings on their softest spot. I had about 100 miles on the bike. It's like riding a couch around. This bike is kind of like what a Sea Ray is to a boat. It does everything 95%, but it does everything. It's absolutely beautiful. So today my plan is I want to see if Luciano's around. He bought a new bike yesterday. He bought a new Yamaha, not a new Yamaha, but I think it's a 2002, whatever it is. And it needs some work, so obviously this is what we do here at the A-Team. Now, and I want him to ride the bike. Now, he's a good judge of what a good engine is and what good torque is. He's got many years of racing, many years of track days, many years of working on motorcycles, and he doesn't mince words. He doesn't take bribes, is what I'm saying. At least not so far. But anyway, he always tells me things, sometimes things I don't want to hear. But I fell in love with this bike yesterday in a way I've never fallen in love with a bike. I have a feeling there's going to be a time in my life when I look back and say, wow, that first day, I'm going to remember that day forever, is what I'm trying to say. Now, I didn't want to belabor the point too long. I don't want to get involved in any other things right now, because there's a certain amount of accessories I want to find for the bike, and I haven't found the right cowl. So if anybody out there finds that right cowl, and it's the people in England have them right on the bike. I was not able to find a video on installing the quick shifter on this bike. They have one for the R1, they have one for the R6. This bike may be different. It's already got the light for the quick shifter on the instruments. I don't even know if I want the quick shifter. I'm just immersed in being fallen in love with the bike. I can give you an analogy that's pretty funny. It's like having a new girlfriend when you're a bachelor. Wow. Well, maybe if you're married. A new girlfriend, the first day, wow. Second day, wow. Third, yeah. And as the years go by, sometimes they turn out to be Karen. And you love them more as the days go by. Again, Karen, thank you for the bike. Luciano, thank you for taking me down here to get it. And so far, I got to learn how to interpret what happens on a gas gauge, because it seems like it doesn't go down for 70 miles and then it starts going down real fast. But maybe they're all like that. I don't know. I've heard, this is what I've heard anyway, that riding at night, now I don't ride at night, the lights are marginal. I don't know. I may never know, because I really don't care to ride at night. It's hard to find traction during the day, even harder at night. So, rather than get into this, I'm going to go get suited up, have my coffee, feed the fish, water the garden, do whatever it is I do to stay alive. Give Luciano a call, and if he's around, we're going to head up to his motorcycle emporium. Now, one of the next little jobs I have to do is wire up the bike. You need a remote wire, and I need to figure out, well, I don't know how I'm going to exactly wire that. But I've been riding it. Well, I'm breaking it in, so I'm not going over the speed limit. But I really do like, I love having that radar detector. That has become a permanent part of my riding. And I really feel a little naked riding without it. Next couple of days. The fish are right. Get out on the open road and get some more braking miles on that bike. And we will. Are you guys hungry this morning? Are you kidding? We're hungrier than you, Grandpa. Every morning before we head out, we have to do our harvesting. And every morning there's fresh food for the evening. turned out to be a nice day to get some braking miles on this bike. But our time is limited because we're going to be babysitting today. So we'll easily get another 100 miles on the bike. Now I was surprised when I went out on not eBay, on what do you call it, and I tried to get, oh, my phone is ringing, it's probably Karen. Let me answer the phone. Boy, there's not a cloud in the sky today. What a great day to do braking miles. I can't believe what a nice day this turned out to be. Just one of those unexpected little treasures. Having a great day. So I got to Luciano's. He's still out walking the dog in the morning, getting his exercise, or getting the dog the exercise. Want to see his new bike he bought yesterday. Oh, this looks like it, unless he bought two of them. Yeah, we'll find out more as soon as he gets back here, but hey, you know what's really cool about today? I get on a brand new bike. This is really funny. Not really super funny, but I'm riding up here and I don't have a radar detector. And I'm so used to having a radar detector, my heart went right in my throat. I saw a cop car. I didn't know he was there. I didn't get any warning. I was like, ah! So I got to get, next couple days, got to get this wired up for the obvious, for the radar detector. Luciano found some things. He said he found a good fender eliminator. I'm looking forward to getting see, I don't play out on the internet like he does, so I want him to send me the link. And this thing now, anybody out there that knows this, they must sell it in England, because the bikes in England, when you look at the YouTube videos, they have this cool little cowl, and it's not a windshield. It's look like it's made out of this material. In fact, that girl that has her channel that she just got an MT-09, I can't think of her name, like Piston Head or something. That, sorry if I didn't get it right. She's got it, and she's showing all these modifications on the bike, which is great. But then the one thing she forgot to say, well, where the hell did I buy it? Or who makes it? Or whatever. But in the worst of all worlds, as Luciano says, I could just make something over the winter. But this not really a killer, but it would be nice to have a nice little, maybe some carbon fiber. I got to think about it. Because the nose end of this bike, to me, is like one of the selling features. And now that I have some miles on a bike, I really have to say once again, if you look at this bike in the showroom, you see how narrow this seat is, you think, uh-oh, sport bike seat. But you don't realize where you actually sit is really, really soft and comfortable. This is just unbelievable how good that seat is. Congratulations, Yamaha, on getting it right. Wow. And I know so many people that have these type of bikes that the first thing they complain about, oh, what they do, they make the seat all stylish and put stitching in it and everything, but they don't put the padding in. And this one is really nice. I know anybody that would sit on this, and it's got just, now it has a little bit of a slope in it, just like the Kawasaki 650, which is a little, you know, well, if you're riding along just in, you know, cruising, you don't really notice it, but when you hit the acceleration, you realize you got something keeping you from sliding back. And it does take the weight off your arms a little bit, so. Now another thing I found out about the dashboard. This was a little quirky to me to begin with. How the fuel gauge goes down little by little by little. Well, it seems like it stays for about 80 miles without moving, then it goes. I talked to Ray yesterday, and Ray said most of the modern bikes that he knows about, and he's got a couple modern bikes, that gauge is full and then it just drops like a stone. So that's good information to know. I had a little anxiety that I was going to have to take this back for warranty work, which hopefully this bike will never see the dealer again. And the other thing I really like about the bike, I'm really getting used to the idea that this is such a nice quiet bike. In fact, yesterday when I was riding up in that highly populated area by Kinnelon, it was so nice. The people were waving at me. Kids were waving at me. And I go up there with the FCR with that loud muffler it used to have. Holy mackerel. I mean, you had to have a bulletproof vest on. I'm also wondering, Joe Roselli had some kind of a little place to put the license plate on his MV Augusta back here. Yeah, there's really nothing to mount it to, though. I don't know. I don't know about that. So the people that are new to the channel, or maybe they're just looking at the video because of the MT-09, this is Luciano Felici, and this is some of the bikes in his collection. Certainly not all. He's got garages full of them somewhere else, but these are the ones I like and the ones he keeps in his garage for riding every day. The pride and joy of his fleet, his 999 Ducati, and that is the pride of the fleet. And every one of these bikes is ready to go, so to speak. But I know Luciano can't ride today. I wanted him to come up here and ride, take the MT-09 for a ride, but that's not going to work out that way today. This is the one we just put the lowering link on in my shop, and boy, I've ridden this bike. This is like my R1. This is just something that you got to ride it to believe it. It is really a special bike. This is an 04, by the way, which is rated by the aficionados as probably one of the best years Kawasaki ever made. And some of the bikes in his collection I've painted, some he's painted, some actually didn't need to be painted. But my favorite, and this one, and he's got enough parts to make 3 of these in the cellar too. including crankcases. And one of the ones we always wind up riding when we go up to the farm up north, the Monster. There's a long story behind this bike. Not right now. We don't have the time to tell it. It's a great story though. The 916, it used to be Big Jim's bike, and that one is a killer. That one is, I almost bought that bike. Big Jim used to own that. One of the difficult paint jobs I had to do on this was to match the tank to the fairing, because you buy the fairing. He bought all the bodywork from China for this bike, and we matched up. We had to match the part of it that came from China. And my favorite track bike, this is one of the bikes he has only for the track, one of the ones I've ridden on a track, and this one is really a killer. This is absolutely a sleeper bike. In the NS250 that he got from Mark, and we're always looking forward to a two-stroke day. I feel a two-stroke day in the near future too. When the MT-09 is due for its 1,000-mile or whatever is the service, we will do the service, of course, but we'll take one of the other bikes that day, give it a rest. And this is the new one that he just picked up locally too. And I think, see, he's going to have this looking like brand new over the winter, I know. And we made a plan, actually. I told him, look at, there's my bike out there. He wanted to paint it Yamaha blue. And I said, well, here's a good idea. We buy a quart of paint that matches the MT-09, paint this bike to match whatever's left over of that quart, which there'll be plenty. I'll be able to use on doing accessories or parts that I make, and I'll make some parts over the winter. I know it's coming. I just don't know what I'm going to make yet. So they're out walking the dog, and I'm getting a tour here. I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is a nice collection of stuff. And there's two sheds in the back. I'm not sure what's in there, but I know it's more bikes. And Cindy hasn't killed him yet. And Karen hasn't killed me, so we're probably the two luckiest guys in the world. Hey, I'm just thinking, this is a nice little windshield. Maybe I could use that. It's broken, so he's not going to keep it. I could use that piece of plexiglass. Wow. Polish that up or cover it with carbon fiber. I ought to take it off while he's not here. He won't even know it's missing. He'll think he took it off and put it somewhere else and can't find it. Now, lucky for Luciano, this is not like an FZR. An FZR has the downdraft carbs that are an absolute nightmare to work on. This looks like it has standard carbs. And ask me how I know about that FZR carb thing. Holy mackerel, that ain't a bitch to work on. A nice Yoshimura exhaust. And I know he told me yesterday it has a clean title. And so, what's not to like here? Now you can hear in the background the chopping trees and chopping branches. It's unbelievable. It's going to be a week after this storm soon, and there's still damage everywhere. Unbelievable. It was good to see Luciano's collection and the bike he's got. I think he's going to do a nice job of that. We'll get it painted up to match this one over the winter. It's going to be a good winter. It's hard to think of winter. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's 94 degrees when I got home. This bike has really impressed me. I can't tell you how much I'm impressed by the bike. We're going methodically through the break-in. I'm so tempted to just get on it, but I know eventually I'm going to have this bike for the rest of my life, so I really want it to be right on the razor edge. I want to thank the healthcare workers. Thanks to you, we're able to get this ride in today. And thank the guys working on these trees and wires. And, holy mackerel. Oh, what a nightmare. Anyway, I've been shopping for accessories, and I still need to find that little windshield that I know comes from England, because all the people in England have it and we don't. So and Luciano found a tailpiece. I gotta start doing the accessory thing. But the most important thing of everything, get the bike broken in according to the book, what they recommend. That's gonna be a big thing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoy making them. I hope you enjoy watching them. Share them with your friends, and thanks so much for watching.